Welcome along, everybody. It's the fastest day of the week, qualifying Saturday, and we're here in Abu Dhabi.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. You're in first position, front of the pack. And just behind us are Leclerc, Russell and Verstappen. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 22.3. Leading the pack, that's P1, and we're in front of Russell, Leclerc and Ocon. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:22.0. First position, front of the pack, and just behind us are Piastri, Norris and Ocon. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 21.2. They're in fourth. Okay, so their best lap time, 1:21.9.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains, here in the United Arab Emirates, on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have 16 corners here at Yas Marina Circuit, 7 to the right and 9 to the left. It's a total lap distance of 3.28 miles. 2 long straights and overtaking opportunities throughout the lap. And we expect average speeds of around 123 miles per hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Leclerc, Verstappen, Gasly, Ocon, Tsunoda, Fittipaldi, Albon, Théo Pourchaire, Vesti, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Joe, Doohan, Iwasa, Leclerc, Behrman, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson.
I don't know about you, Ant, but it seems like only a couple of weeks ago we were talking ahead of the first race. Here we are ahead of the last race. This year has just flown by.
Yeah, a lot of races to cover these days in Formula One, Crofty, as you well know, doing them all yourself. But it's the same for the drivers. It comes at you thick and fast, and you've got to pace yourself as well to get to this point in the season. If it has gone your way, it's a great time to just enjoy it. There's nothing that can change in the championship pecking order, of course. If you've won the championship already, go out and enjoy this race and send yourself off through the winter break. If it's been a bit of a year to forget, you can try and take a bit of solace in this Grand Prix, end on a high and carry that energy into next season.
Right, well, it all comes down to this then, doesn't it? You're still in with a shot at the Drivers' Championship, the biggest prize in this sport. Now get out there on track and come back with that trophy. Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please. You're leading the pack, that's P1. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Piastri's behind. Pit window will be open in 17 laps time. Pit window opens in 17 laps. 29 laps to go. Decent parking. Let's try and get a good launch as the lights go out. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Good job, nice overtake. Verstappen's just put up the fastest lap of the race so far. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
Award-winning day for Oscar Piastri as he takes the checkered flag and wins.
They've won the championship and now they sign off in style as winning the last race of the season as well. Brilliant stuff by this driver today, and you carry that momentum through to next year as well, of course. So it's for all now to try and stop what they've created.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight. So let's celebrate the end of the season, but I know a lot of you will be very sad out there thinking, what are you going to do without Formula One? Don't worry, folks, it'll be back before you know it. We'll see you next year.